Okay, hi. We can start? Okay, hi, thanks for coming. Today we'll discuss about transforming the human web and actually the sum game from 0 to 1. In basic, this presentation represents the company mindset and everybody who stands behind the 2-key network. If you start and take a look back at Web 2.0 when it was formed, there was no other sources of informations, etc. So practically the architecture on which it was built, it was based on a master-slave, where master dictates the information and slave just listens to them. And in branding and how it's actually said, we call it a server and a client, which leads us to Web 2.0. In reality is actually based on the master-slave architecture, where server acts as a master and the client as a slave. If we move forward, we can say that Web 2.0 is our centralized prison, and they're dictating our laws, information, they're practically controlling our value, our money. So we can't run out and we can't skip it. And the only way to run away from it is to go to Web 3.0. And getting to some of the examples, we can say that this is something we say very often without thinking, at least. And we say, okay, Google, what's going on? And if we go deeper to this sentence, we can say, okay, that means that leads to enslavement, actually. Okay, Google, I have no alternative. Dictate my reality. And what is Google? Google is centralized, privately owned, narrow interest server, which actually serves us ads per some criteria they have built and not what's relevant to us, mostly. Another example for the same situation is, okay, bank, how much am I worth? How much do I owe? Which dictates our value in some way, which says, again, okay, I don't have any alternative, I need to ask you, how much I'm worth? Okay, bank, dictate my value. What is bank? Bank is centralized, privately owned, narrow interest coin printer. And how much do I owe? You can dictate my financial enslavement, literally. The third example for this is the example for the laws, where it's again, we're coming to the same situation. Okay, government, what should we do? What is lawful? Okay, government, I don't have any real choice. What is government? Government is a centralized, privately controlled, narrow interest master of the public will. And when we ask what is lawful, it's actually dictating the public interest. Those were the three examples of and all three mentioned things like governments, Google, the banks, they're all centralized economies. And the ultimate pearls of them are they're representing a narrow interest group before everything. Behind that, they're failing to serve the good of the public, they're serving the good of them. Inflationary fiats always debase to oblivion. And they're selling off the future and the public for present welfare of a minority, which we are all aware of. Okay, let's take a look at the Gini index from 2019, which represents inequality. As lighter it is, then it's actually more equal, the economies, and as it's more darker, then it says there is no equality at all, which means like one would represent that somebody owes everything and the rest are having nothing, and as lighter it is, that means that it's more equal or balanced. So this is how the world looks like now. And now let's take a look at the true face of inequality. These numbers here are representing inequality 0.45, where top 1% ingests 22.8% of income, top 0.1 controls as much wealth as the bottom 90%, top 1% accounted for 58% of real income growth from 2019 to 2014, with 42 going to the bottom 99. And there is highest child poverty rate in developed world. Would you maybe guess which country is this? This is representing US, of course, and it's just 0.45 inequality rate. Moving forward, we're living in the world of the capitalism and democracy, and now it looks like, do we know how many dollars were printed today, or maybe where all those dollars go? Either how much dollars buys the law? There is no true north of the public interest, no optimization of humanity as one, like we should be all together, and no integration with the reality of collective individual experiences. Those are the issues we're having today, and they're hurting the economy and our lives indirectly. Why we need decentralization, and why is the decentralization this 0 to 1 game, 0 to 1 sum game? First of all, we need the game where everybody wins. Zero game is one takes it all and everybody else is losing. And we need this game where everybody is winning, and we can bring that with decentralization, where we can firstly, much higher emergent complexity, also network survivability will increase, new types of network effects, and we can embed public interest into the base protocols of the human web and liberate the will of the public. All those things we can do with decentralization. Now we can do a small, we can compare Web 2.0 and Web 3.0, where master-slave architectures would become actually master-master architectures, server-client would become server-server, self-surrender will lead to self-sovereignty, privately owned things will become publicly owned, information net effects will lead to value net effects. Like, let me give an example for information net effects. Let's use Facebook as an example. You have some friends, followers, whatever, and you have some news feed which you're reading, and they serve you some content from maybe few percent of the people you are following. And you practically can't choose what you're gonna see or what you're gonna read, etc. And let's take the example of the value network effects which we are striving to. And for instance, let's say a few of us are holding some token, and then some of those tokens got burned. And that's gonna affect all our values, my value, value of my friends, value of everybody who is holding that token. Also, private siloed databases are gonna be global shared databases. We have a lot of passive users and active participants, I mean, we have currently a lot of passive users, and with Web3 we'll have a lot of active participants. And private masters are dictating the state currently, which should lead to public consensus to optimize the state. All those are things which should change with the Web 2.0 to Web 3.0 transition. So we can all agree that decentralization is the one and only killer feature we need. The only one killer feature we need is decentralization. And what we need actually is a new network for the people, by the people, because we should be all united, since we are all in some kind of interconnected, and everybody's life literally and directly affects another's life. And we can use as a very concrete and real example the coronavirus today we're having, where like somebody is infected and it affects other people. Directly or indirectly, it affects other people. So we are all interconnected between each others. So let's do some of this first part, where we have Web 2.0 masters. They own your private information. They own the information network effect. Centralized entities making money for everyone's private information, and we are the food on which the masters feast. But we are not included in the value generated at all. Which leads that everybody, actually the world needs sustainability. And what we need for sustainability, we need inclusivity. Inclusivity leads to sustainability, literally. And global financial inclusion will breed global sustainability. That's also something we are going to achieve and to get with Web 3.0, where all of us will be included. So, we've been thinking about all those issues, and the problem we try to solve is putting the word of mouth on the blockchain, and let's say the Facebook model for the marketing and for the business. You're paying the bots to reach the audience, and that's a multi-billion-dollar market, which goes all to one centralized entity, in this case Facebook. Why all those money doesn't go to the people who by their efforts brought the same results? And the answer for that is that we need the result-driven online virality, where people will be rewarded for the work they do. Since every human being is connected by 6 degrees with the rest of the world, you can spread the information with the right people who would be interested in the right content and share it with them, not just make the bots do this by some algorithms. And our vision and mission is actually to create a technology to fairly redistribute the wealth of the internet back to the people, and to empower citizens to regain ownership over the information flow. So all the information shared on the internet, you are owning it, not others. And you should share this information with the people who would be interested to read it or to get some content or to buy something, etc. Not just going around the Google, Facebook, or some third centralized party where you'll be served around like a lot of non-relevant things for you. And in order to solve this problem and to bring this to the world, we embedded smart contracts into HTTP by infusing economic models into regular HTTP links. So at a glance, we are a company started 2017 mid. Currently we have 4.5 thousand registered users for just being 3 months on the mainnet, 17 team members, and so far by now we raised $2.8 million. And so now let's get back to the network entities and actually to the players in the game, where we have contractors, referrers, participants, and integrators. And let's start from the contractors or businesses, where they have some business result. Let's say you want to sell some tokens or to get some leads, to spread some content around the web. So you're defining your business goals, and let's say creating some campaign through Tuki network. And then you're publishing this campaign to your leads you have currently, or your client base, etc. Then your clients are incentivized to refer that information to their friends or the people they found relevant. They would need that, either buy something or donate or read some content. And once that information comes to the potential participants and they participate, very often they get a discount. All referrers, they're getting rewards for the efforts and the work they have done in order to bring the result, and everybody gets reputation, where we think redistributing wealth is a win for everybody. If we move forward, we have a couple of products currently live and running on the Ethereum main network. Those are donations and tokens campaigns, where you can either sell any of your ERC20 tokens, or you can raise donations for charities, non-profit organizations, foundations, etc. And the product we're currently striving to bring to the production is actually creating Tuki Smart Links, where you can convert any of your links, or either convert any externally, or create your own link through us, where you can share it on the internet and track its distribution online. And incentivize people to share a link with the pay-per-click model, like CPC campaigns. And also there is a lot of products coming soon, depending on the community needs. So let's get to the problems and to the dichotomy we have currently in Web 3.0 present, that there is speculation and dev tools. Either a lot of people speculating some token values, looking at the market, etc., or a lot of dev tools which are, again, developers building for developers. No real users, no use cases, and that leads to dichotomy. Also, we have that product which is waiting for infra, either infra is waiting for product. And that's a very big problem we have currently in the Web3. And of course, we have value which is actually equal to novel utility for end users. Those are the things we need as soon as possible to solve. If we take a look at the current problems in Web 2.0 now, that first of all, nobody has ERC20 clients, and everybody has HTTP clients, which is web browsers. HTTP is actually only a theoretic part of Web 2.0. And then again, no one has Web 3.0 wallets. No one knows or wants non-custodial Web 3.0 wallets. No one has an active address on Web 3.0. Nobody wants Ether, and nobody knows how to easily or seamlessly get Ether or Bitcoin or any other crypto value without passing a lot of KYCs, etc. And what we need to do is actually to get Web 3.0 close to Web 2.0 in terms of how it's going to be used. So we should keep using HTTP clients and stuff like that, which are people used to, but bring Web3 to them. And let's take a look at our technology. We have four patents worldwide protected. And the whole Tuki is built on cryptography. Currently, we have a Tuki protocol, which is a revolutionary second layer protocol, which embeds smart contracts into HTTP links. Also, we have built multi-step tracking, which is allowing us to track and record every person who interacts with our links. And we have we've built multi-party state networks technology that connects all people sharing a link into literally a dynamic blockchain shard without requiring prior knowledge, or even they don't need to have a Web3 or wallet. So moving forward, what we wanted to bring is that first of all, anybody can create smart contracts and participate using nothing more than browsers. So there are no painful processes of opening the wallets again, registrations, etc. And you don't need any tech knowledge. You don't even need to be a computer science educated person to know how to do this. Also, the participating in smart contracts should not require any pre-setup, and that leads again to the things I said in my first topic, like Web3 addresses, non-custodial wallets, plugins, etc. And most transactions don't depend on layer 1 in real time. So there is the very bad UX currently we are facing on mostly blockchain products, that you're waiting for a lot of transactions, etc. And we are like transducing the state machine of the smart contract securely and decentralized, but not pushing all transactions at the moment to the blockchain. If we take a look at the Tuki protocol, that's HTTP-based multi-party state network. First of all, we offload transactions from layer 1 to layer 2. Layer 2 is an off-chain network of web browsers acting as decentralized nodes forming multi-party state networks. Link sharing in our case means adding new parties to the multi-party state network and transducing the state. And it's again by browsers for browsers. So there is like, again, we can take a look at the roadmap to general purpose HTTP-based multi-party state networks, where we should have multi-party state chains, and that leads to linear state transduction via HTTP link sharing, which is 100% decentralized, secure, and scalable. Also, pseudo-managed GP multi-party state networks, which leads to plasma mining and browser validators. And fully distributed GP multi-party state networks, which leads to browser participants, validators, and browser miners. This is how Tuki link looks like. It has two parts. First part is, first of all, it's regular hypertext transfer. It looks like a regular HTTP link, but actually it's contained of the code and state hash, where code hash is stored in the IPFS, and that's literally Merkle Web hash dictating the code, and the state cache, which is actually the Tuki protocol state of the current link. Moving forward, as everybody is well aware here, we have public and private keys. Private keys known only to you, and public keys known to everybody. And we have brought the mid layer, which is called state keys, and they're keeping actually that's a secret which is known only to the influencer or person who created the link and his followers. So let's use an example, some information. You want to sell some tokens. You created your link. You shared it with your peers. And the secret in this link is known only to me and to people I shared it with, and then they shared it with. So we're creating the whole mesh network of the people sharing it on the web. This is how Tuki campaigns looks like. And if you take a look at this referral graph, that's exactly what I've been speaking about, where the first person created the link, then it shared with his peers, then his peers shared it with other peers. And the very important thing to know here is that everybody who is on the way from link creator or constructor of some business campaign to the converter is getting rewarded. everybody in his way, if you go through the tree, is getting reward for his work he did to find adequate people. Also, the token companies here, they're clear. They're running on Ethereum public decentralized blockchain, so everything is visible and public for everybody. They're secure. They're managed by smart contracts. And so again, there is a lot of Tuki network features. There is in-app Tuki wallet, and of course integrations with the MetaMask and Ledger. We support a few currencies. Currently, it's Ether, ERC20 tokens, stable coins. Also, there is an option with Simplex to buy Ether through our application. There is a marketplace for all campaigns, depending on the category. Also, we have our own KYC, with also integrations with the Civic, Netkey, etc. Dashboards. Tuki is responsive to all screen sizes, both mobiles and computers. And now if we, again, move forward one step, we can see that the Tuki campaign has a lot of advantages, and that's literally one-stop shop for all contractors and users' needs. First of all, it's new model for fundraising. There are no transaction fees. You can create your unique tokens for participations. It's open to the whole world. It's self-serving. There is no need for any, as I said earlier, no need for any prior coding knowledge. Credit cards are accepted. That's if you want to buy Ether with Simplex. There is a lot of distribution models. Platform fee is only 2% compared with like 5 to 10 average on other platforms. And of course, you can always give a feedback to the link, and we are first on the market with this. So I would like to invite you all, if you want, to scan this QR code, and later on you can open this campaign. You can forward it to some people maybe who might be interested in this Kittified campaign, and you can see how the referral graph is getting built. So if there are any questions.
Don't you think that by doing KYC on the users, you're actually becoming the new state?
Sorry, can you repeat this for the recording?
Yeah, sure. Don't you think that by creating a KYC system that is basically tracking the users, that you're creating a new state, and your guys are actually becoming the centralized party then?
So actually, I'm not sure, but the point with the whole KYC is, first of all, you can pick either you want it or not per campaign. So that's based on the business who does the campaigns. He chooses if he wants KYC or not, and that's mostly for the law regulations they need to follow. Oh, there is something else.
Hey, hello. What's the flow of money on your platform, on your service? Like, say, a campaign creator transfers funds to your custody, then posts his or her link to influencers, or not, shares with the influencers. They share the same or kind of different link to their followers, and like when and how they do withdraw the money. And in the meantime, are you the custody of the funds?
Okay, so first of all, money is, whenever there is a new campaign created, all the money is kept on the campaigns, not on our wallets. And let's say, let me give you as an example, you want to sell 1,000 some ERC20 tokens, and you set the token price of 1 Ether for easy mathematics. All the thing you need to do, you have to put those tokens on the campaign and create a link. Once that link is created, you share it and spread it around the internet. Once there is a conversion, which leads somebody puts in Ether and buys those tokens, let's say some of them, the Ether is held on that campaign contract, which you have deployed. And you're the only one who is able to get that Ether after. And whenever there is every conversion, the influencers are being rewarded. Actually, the rewards are being allocated for them at that moment, but when campaign ends, they will be able to pull down the rewards. Or they can do it while the campaign is in progress. Depends of the campaign type.
And where the data, like how much the influence is rewarded goes from? Is it like from your platform, or there is like a magical oracle somewhere?
So no, influencers are rewarded in 2 key tokens, and the reward is taken from the conversion amount, which is defined by contractor. So business, which defines the campaign and creates the marketing campaign, they're setting how much percentage they want to give to the influencers. So they're not, the whole idea is you're not paying in advance. You're not staking any money and not having a guarantee for the results. You will get charged only when there is a result. Then you are paying the influencers who have been participating in that conversion, who led you the converter, who led you the person who bought the tokens or read some content or whatever is the campaign goal. Okay. Anybody else?
How do you feel about identity in this process? Do you feel that people should identify as themselves, or
Can you repeat?
the question was related to identity. How do you feel about the identity, the need for it in the process that you're building?
So practically you can be completely anonymous, or you can decide to be registered and leave your information there. Depends on you. Okay, thank you very much for coming.